How is I looking at today?
Today, David, I'm looking with great difficulty.
Well, if you're looking at the headstone in front of us, if that's what it's called, as it's lying flat, I can understand that because I can't make out the lettering at all.
Well, fortunately, here's one I did earlier. No, I have looked at it before and transcribed it. It's, as you rightly query, is it a headstone? It's not a headstone. It's part of an altar tomb, and I think we've talked about altar tombs before. There's a good one over there, and the burial takes place, and then on top they build this sort of stone altar, which has actually got brick pillars underneath to hold it up. But it does mean when they come to put somebody else in, they've got to take the whole thing apart. Well, this was one, but like so many of them, the sides have collapsed, and there's another example there where you see it's built in stone, but the side panels are gone. Yes. So the engraving is on the top, or the carving's on the top, which is not always good. And this one, of course, is got lichen on it here and there and everywhere. It's rather patchy. The one next to it's cracked in the middle and given way, which is a great shame. However, down at the bottom of this one, because there's members of the Scott family on the top, which don't matter as much as what I'm going to refer to at the bottom. But down the bottom here, from halfway down, it says Lewis Buckle Reeves, Royal Marines, son of the late Thomas Reeves, MD of Cork, Ireland, and Eleanor Buckle, his wife, died the 3rd of May 1861, aged 75 years. Now here's the important bit, and most relevant to Sea Isle of Man 2005. He was the last surviving officer who fought on board the Navy ship Victory at Trafalgar.
Why would he have been laid to rest here in Onchan?
Because he died.
That's one reason.
Well, he lived in Onchan.
Oh, that's another.
Well, yeah, where else would he come to? Yeah. Of course, the bit of Onchan that he lived in has now become part of Douglas. In fact, it became part of Douglas many, many years ago, but certainly after his death. He was living just off Victoria Road, in fact, down near Broadway, but the boundary was short of that, so there he was in Onchan. What happened was he actually married a Manx lady, came here. He was wounded at the Battle of Trafalgar. Now, he is described in certain books and what have you as Nelson's favourite officer on board, which makes you wonder what they were doing. He was only 19 or 20, in fact, at the time. He was just a second lieutenant. Yeah. But he too was wounded. And on some of these great paintings of the death of Nelson, he's sort of in there. And I think within an hour of Nelson's death, he was shot also. So he was pensioned out. And like most of these people, he was on a half pension, was half salary. And so there he was living. He had couple of daughters, 2 sons, both of whom also went into the Marines, both of whom were lieutenants. One of them drowned down in Portsmouth in the waters there. A boat overturned and he obviously couldn't swim and he drowned. The other one married a girl called Callow from out Little Millway in Onchan, but he died young, and I think she somehow linked in with the Cayley family. I think she remarried Thomas Cayley. Anyway, that's another story, but those are the village bakers. So this chap, he continued, and as you gather, was knocking on a bit, 75 by the time he died. But 6 years before he died, in 1855, which was 50 years after the Battle of Trafalgar, the Royal Navy decided to put him on full pension.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But that didn't satisfy the local papers, who wrote and said, look, this guy's gone on 50 years, he's not got much longer to go, he's now been put onto full pension. Surely you'd have thought they'd have promoted him in rank and given him an even higher salary. Anyway, for 6 years and 1 month, I think he survived getting this extra pension. And, well, when he died, Onchan was, it could have been St George's, but you see, alongside, I mentioned the Scots. Well, his wife, this Manx lady that he married, was a Scot. Her father was a medical doctor, quite famous in his own time here, Patrick Scott, MD. So he's buried here, and his wife is here. Strangely, their daughter, who actually married Lewis Buckle Reeves, she's buried in England. She was away at the time, so she got buried there. So he's gone into her family grave, in fact. And that's why we've got this sort of triple expanse coming through, as you'll see, 1, 2, 3 non-headstones lying flat. So when all the celebrations go and the people in Arbury are jumping up and down and saying John Quilliam is buried here and all the rest of it, then perhaps in Onchan we should be jumping up and down saying Buckles Reeves is buried here, and everyone else will say, who?